Have you crashed and burned so many times that people around you quietly suggest it's time to give up and get a real job? Meet Victor Chen. At 28 years old, he was deeply ambitious, but he carried a terrifying track record: 11 consecutive failed businesses. He lost his life savings on a string of startups, declared personal bankruptcy, and moved back into his childhood bedroom. To chip away at his debt, Victor took a job waiting tables at a high-end restaurant, serving the exact wealthy business people he once planned to become. It creates a frustrating paradox. You can have endless drive, put in exhausting hours, and still wind up with nothing, no matter how many times you try. One evening, Victor served a regular at the restaurant named Mr. Joe, a self-made millionaire who owned a chain of manufacturing plants. Mr. Joe noticed Victor's quiet desperation and asked a few pointed questions. Victor ended up confessing his long string of total collapses. Instead of offering pity, Joe revealed that he had also failed 11 times, sleeping in his car before finding massive success on attempt number 12. He explained that Victor's previous attempts hadn't died because of bad luck or external market forces. Victor had simply repeated the same structural mistakes, ignoring the 3 laws that govern real wealth. Mr. Joe called it the 18-month rule. It is a mandatory cycle of growth that most people quit before they ever see the results. The first law is to study before you start. This 90-day prerequisite phase is focused entirely on research, ensuring that your launch is backed by data rather than just hope. The second law is to master one thing. Victor decided to stop trying to provide every service under the sun and focused exclusively on one thing: LinkedIn lead generation for B2B tech companies. He spent 3 grueling months researching his industry, his market, and his competition without making a single dime. Most people rush to market and fail immediately. Intense preparation is the only way to avoid starting a business on a foundation of guesswork. The third law is the most difficult: commit to 18 months. This begins with the suffering period, where the launch is followed by months of near-zero traction. Victor's reality was brutal. By month 5, 30 days of exhausting work yielded a total of $500, barely enough to cover groceries. This creates a psychological trap. 90% of entrepreneurs quit right here in phase 1 because they mistake this expected structural suffering for a sign that they should quit. Surviving this phase is purely a test of endurance. A lack of early profit is a predictable part of the timeline, not a flaw in the business model. Then comes phase 2, from month 7 to 12, struggling progress. The emotional toll peaks here. In month 8, Victor's father sat him down and pleaded with him to stop trying. But Victor pushed forward, and the math began to work. By month 11, his compounding efforts finally landed him 7 clients and $3,500 in monthly revenue. Moving into phase 3, from months 13 to 18, the momentum accelerates. By month 15, Victor was pulling in $12,000 a month and hired his first employee. Exactly at the 18-month mark, he landed a massive venture-backed client, rocketing his monthly revenue to $28,000. The final breakthrough represents the cumulative power of momentum built during the lowest points of the suffering period. 5 years later, Victor's 12th attempt grew into a $10 million company with 60 employees. The defining difference between his 11 failures and his eventual success was his willingness to apply the 3 laws of preparation, mastery, and the 18-month commitment. Most people do not actually fail at business. They simply stop working before the 18-month cycle has time to complete. Choose the single skill you are going to master and commit to your own 18-month timeline of daily work. Drop a comment below right now and tell me, "I am on attempt number X." Let's see how many people in this community are still fighting. Subscribe to Inspire Action 365. A successful business is the result of refined, persistent attempts. Your breakthrough is one more attempt away.